Welcome to this Height for Hire presentation, Getting It Right at Height. We will spend the next few minutes looking at ways that you can plan for work at height to make sure you get home safe and get the job done. Work at height is an essential part of the construction process. The access solution you need will depend on the work you are doing and your working environment. That is why at Height for Hire, we offer a range of machinery to solve all your access challenges, making sure that you get the right machine to get the job done safely. Under working at height legislation, we must use the safest method first. In the absence of permanent barriers, handrails and edge protection, MEWPs are the safest way for people to work at height and should always be used instead of ladders or rope access where possible. Better planning protects people and saves money. Planning work at height is essential, and before bringing access equipment onto site, there are a number of questions that need to be asked. There are so many machines to choose from, it can be challenging knowing which one to order. You will need to consider what height you need to go to, what outreach you need, straight out or up and over obstacles. If you are using a battery-powered machine, do you have somewhere to plug it in at night? Diesel machines will have to be refueled throughout the job. Have you measured the width and height of entrances? It is advisable to walk the route before ordering your machine. You will need to take account of ground conditions such as fragile surfaces or changes of level due to steps or curbs. Observe if there are any tight or sharp turns. Look out for overhead obstructions such as power lines or trees. Are you working over a basement, underground car park or mezzanine floor where there are weight restrictions? Engineer reports outlining the weight that the floor can take may be required. You will also need to make sure that there is enough space for machine setup, including lowering and positioning of outriggers, and whether narrow jacking is required. Remember, different machines have different safe working loads in the basket. Estimate the weight of the people, tools and materials required to ensure that you never overload your machine. You will need to consider getting your machine to site as well as in and out of the working area. Check if there is enough space to unload the lorry safely and try to avoid deliveries and collections during peak traffic times. Building sites are dynamic places that change from day to day. Before ordering your machine, check if anything has changed on site or if there are works due to be carried out that will affect your access and egress from site. Whoever is in charge of the work must risk assess, identify and implement the relevant safety measures required. Communication with others on site is essential to ensure safety and also effective work planning. Is your machine certified to EN 280 standard for lifting people as required under European legislation? This EU Certificate of Conformity must be made available by your supplier. Is there proof of a current 6-month certificate of thorough examination carried out by a qualified person on the MEWP? The person who signs off this certificate must be trained and competent to do so. Operators should only use MEWPs that have a current 6-monthly safety certificate and should never try to repair the machine themselves. Is the manufacturer's operator instruction manual on the MEWP? The operator should consult the MEWP operating instructions for guidance on pre-use checks and safe operation of the specific model of MEWP being used. Have you been trained to use your machine? Training is the responsibility of your employer. There are different categories of MEWP available on the market. Is your operator card for the correct category of MEWP? If not, further training may be required. In addition to training, you may need familiarisation, especially if the model of machine is different to the one you did your training on. Adequate time should be allocated to ensure that you are familiar with your machine controls before the work starts. Height for Hire operates a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, free phone technical support helpline for all our customers. If you have any questions regarding your Height for Hire machine, call technical support direct on the free phone number located at the ground controls and basket controls of the machine. PPE should be worn by all occupants of the basket. Helmets with chin straps should be worn for work at height. The wearing of a harness and lanyard is strongly recommended in boom type MEWPs. The full body harness and short restraint lanyard may also be required in scissor or vertical type MEWPs, depending on the risk assessment. The risk assessment will take account of the work being done and the working environment. You must comply with your own company policy and site rules regarding the wearing of harnesses and lanyards in MEWPs. You must attach to the manufacturer's designated anchorage point within the platform. Guardrails are not designated anchorage points. It is important to ensure that you have adequate engineering support when hiring MEWPs. Find out what breakdown assistance your supplier offers. At Height for Hire, our technical support team is with you every step of your hire to help with machine queries or arrange breakdown assistance. In addition to having adequate technical support, you must have a rescue plan in place. This plan must be effectively communicated to all relevant parties. A ground-based person should be nominated to operate the machine from the ground controls in the event of an emergency situation. The nominated person must be given adequate time to become familiar with the ground controls and the emergency lowering procedure for the machine in use. Try lowering the machine from the ground controls using empty basket before the work starts to ensure you know what to do in the case of an emergency. A few minutes before the work starts could save someone's life. In the event of an emergency, basket-to-basket rescue may need to be considered, but should be thoroughly risk assessed as part of your rescue plan and permitted by site management. Basket-to-basket rescue should be practiced at ground level, not at height. If you are relying on the emergency services to carry out rescue at height, check what resources are available in your local area before making them part of your plan. Any work being done after hours should be taken into consideration when drawing up emergency plans. Height for Hire has prepared this Management of MEWPS checklist with our customers in mind, and it is available to download from our website. Planning work at height gets everyone home safe and gets the job done. At Height for Hire, we've made it our business to bring safe working at height solutions to more people and places because we understand the importance of getting everyone home safe to their family. For more information or to download our publications, visit the resources page on our website at www.heightforhire.com. Thank you for listening and have a safe day.